Vishal, in today's session, you are going to showcase what was exactly new concepts in the ITL 4, right, comparing to V3?
No, I will not be doing that because not everyone in this class is ITIL V3 certified already. Most of the people are coming new to ITIL 4. It is their first ITIL course. However, towards the end of the course, for people who come in from ITIL V3 era, I'll be more than happy to explain that, but that is not formally a part of this syllabus. But I'll be more than happy to explain that if there are a couple of people who come in from ITIL V3. I am here from ITIL version 2, ITIL version 3 and ITIL 4. So I can highlight all the differences in all three versions.
Yeah.
But we'll do it as towards the end of the course as a special discussion.
Sure, appreciate if you can do that.
No worries. We'll definitely do that. Okay. Okay. Questions, queries around this one? Certification roadmap? Moving forward then. Okay. So let us understand some fundamental concepts in service management. These are not specific concepts in ITIL. These concepts have been around even before the time of ITIL, like service. Service is not a ITIL term, service is a generic term. And then ITIL defines service management in a certain way. But remember, these are generic concepts which are useful in any activity, any management activity that you do. It is not specifically related to ITIL. These are generic service management concepts. Yes, Anil, go ahead.
Sorry, Vishal, I just now joined. Did I missed anything?
Yes, you missed around half an hour of the session, mostly the introduction and icebreaker, but the entire video recording of this session will be made available on the LMS. You can review the first 30 minutes and then you can always come back to me if you have any questions on the next part.
Okay, Vishal, that's fine. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Good. But we haven't covered like anything important of the content yet. It was just about the exam format and all, which is pretty standard. Okay, so remember, these are generic concepts of service management, which have been there since before the time of ITIL. Let us understand fundamentally what is service. What is service? We are not necessarily talking about IT service. This is a generic definition of service. Generic definition of service. So, okay, let's see. I'm sure you all have washing machines.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And still you have a laundry service provider nearby, the one who provide laundry service to you.
Yes.
Right. Suppose there is a laundry service provider in your town. There is a laundry service provider in your town called Vishal Laundry Services. All your clothes cleanly washed and ironed, neatly delivered to you. All your clothes cleanly washed and ironed, neatly delivered to you. I provide 24/7 support. You call me at 2 o'clock in the night. I'll pick up your clothes and deliver it to you within 60 minutes. The turnaround time is 60 minutes, 24/7 support, and 1 rupee per piece. 1 rupee per piece. So Vishal Laundry Services, 24/7 support, global support. I can pick your clothes up in Bangalore in 1 hour, deliver it in Chennai, deliver it in Delhi. Basically 60 minutes turnaround time and 1 rupee per piece. Will you ever buy a washing machine?
No.
No, definitely.
Because you are getting this excellent service without any hassles. But do you have Vishal Laundry Services available of this type in your vicinity nearby? No, right?
No.
Hence, you end up buying washing machine, you end up buying washing powder, you end up spending a weekend in doing your laundry, you end up arranging the water supply, arranging the electricity supply, and so on and so forth. Right? Just because you don't get the service that helps you outcome. What is the outcome that you want? You want to wash clothes? Is your objective to wash clothes?
Yes.
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 That is an activity. Your objective is to look neat and presentable when you go out next time.
Yes.
Understand the difference? Your objective, your outcome is not washing clothes. Washing clothes is an activity you have decided to do
Yes.
so that you get the clothes that you want cleanly washed and ironed and pressed. And the outcome, that the ultimate objective you are looking at, is when you go out next tomorrow morning, you should look presentable and clean and neat and so on. Make sense? If that is achieved, with the help of Vishal Laundry Service Provider at 1 rupee per piece, will you be happy?
Very happy.
You will not end up buying washing machines and all that stuff, right? You don't give a damn about arranging power supply, maintaining the stock of detergent powder and so on. You don't want that hassle, but you end up buying products because the kind of service that you want, the kind of service that helps your outcome, is not available, right? Is not available. So if a service provider helps you to achieve your outcome, can it be called a good service provider?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I should deliver laundry service. I should help you look presentable, neat and clean. But there is a 50% chance. There is a 50% chance I'll lose your clothes. Will you be happy?
No.
No. So the risk should be reduced. There is a. I should owe the risk of not spoiling your clothes and so on. And 1 rupee per piece. The pricing should be, the cost should be lucrative.
Cost effective and with less risk.
Less risk, manageable risk, affordable risk. Okay. So if there is Vishal Laundry Service Provider in every city, will they stop making washing machines?
No, they will still do it.
No,
And who will buy it?
no, will not buy.
Vishal Laundry Service will buy it.
Service provider will have to buy it, right?
Yes.
Products are still required, but the products are managed by a service provider in this case. Are you getting this point?
Yes.
So it's not that we will not need products. It is just that different people will manage the products. Different people will manage the products. Just a sec. I'm going to play a bit with the video. Give me just a sec. Okay. Sorry. So what is the service in this case? What is a laundry service? A laundry service should enable value co-creation. We'll discuss this word value co-creation soon. Enable value co-creation by facilitating the outcome. What is the outcome in this case?
Clean, neat dress.
Look
Clean
neat,
clothes.
clean and presentable.
Yes.
Customer want to achieve. This is the outcome customer want to achieve, you want to achieve. But you do not want to owe the specific cost of buying a washing machine, specific risk of maintaining a washing machine. What if power goes out? What if water, you run out of water? You don't want to manage the cost and risk of managing all these products. So service provider takes care of it. So service is a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcome that customer want to achieve. Now, every customer may want to achieve different outcome, right? Every customer may want to achieve different outcome. Hence, value for every customer is going to be different. Value for every customer is going to be different without the customer having to manage a specific cost and risk. Let me explain the value differentiator for every customer, or arbitrary value, the concept of arbitrary value. Arun, can you unmute and speak? Yes, let's work for 2 minutes together. Do you imagine when you took your first flight? Do you remember the time when you took your first flight? Most of you, please work with me here. Maybe 8-10 years back, you took your first flight. Just random example. Yeah. And what was the first flight? Which was the airline? Air India most of the times.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, let's say Air India most of the times.
Okay.
So when I took my first flight 10 years back, 15 years back, it was Air India. And how was the experience about the flight? How was your first flight? You guys remember? How was your first flight? Excellent, right? Amazing experience. Because
Yes,
it was
right.
the first flight of our life. Do you remember if the air hostesses were rude to you?
No, they were not.
You don't remember. They may have been, you don't remember. Uh, you probably don't remember that the flight was delayed. You probably don't remember if the aircraft was new or properly cleaned or not. It was first flight of my life. It was first flight of your life. So you were interested in getting a window seat and watching out of the window.
Right, right.
Right. And it was an amazing experience. I mean, that just the view outside made that flight memorable, made that flight excellent. Now, when you take a flight, I used to travel a lot, but when I take up a flight now, what am I interested in? Am I interested in the scene outside the window or looking out the window? No, I'm interested in taking off on time, landing on time, and reaching without hassles, and a cheap flight, low cost flight. So the outcome that you expected for your first flight was different. Hence, the value you perceived was different. The outcome you expect today is different, and the value that you receive is different.
Correct.
It may have been the same flight, it may have been the same airline, but every customer, and if you take a flight today, will there be someone on your flight who is taking it for the first time, who is flying for the first time?
Yeah, right. Someone will be there.
Right? And how for that person the experience will be? As amazing as it was with you for the first time.
Correct, correct. It will be the same.
So every customer comes with a different perception. Every customer comes with a different prioritization. Every customer comes with a different baseline. Every customer comes with a different outcome in mind. Hence, every customer will have different value definition. The value I expect from something could be very different than the value you expect from
Right.
something. Make sense?
Yeah, correct.
Right. Now, if you are a service provider, if you create a standardized service for millions of your customers, probably few of your customers will be happy and all others will not be happy because their value expectation was different. Right.
Correct. For each customer, it will be different.
So if you are a service provider, it is your job. If you are a service provider, it is your duty to work with every customer right from the first point of engagement to understand what their perceptions are, understand what their priorities are, understand what their constraints are, understand what their value outcomes are, expected outcomes are, and then work accordingly towards creating the perfect service for that customer in that environment. Right?
Right.
So we in ITIL, we used to call a word called service delivery. Service delivery. The word service delivery is like for something online. So the guys come to your door, come to your place, ring your doorbell, deliver the packet, and walk away. The transaction ends there. If the service transaction ends at that point, will the value be created? No. You and service customer. Am I audible? Was there some issue?
Yes, Vishal, you break in the middle.
Audio, there is some
Yeah,
disturbance.
your voice was a little breaking, Vishal, before.
Okay, no worries. So, just a second.
Your voice is cracking, Vishal.
Yeah, just a sec. I'll quit some of the applications and move to another line. Yeah, this should be better now. So,
Vishal, still your voice is cutting.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to disable the video for some time. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's all right. You can disable it.
Okay, guys, don't need a minute here. Just tweaking with the video settings. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, Vishal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll continue and I'll fix the
Yes, Vishal, you
video in
are.
the first break. Fine. So you as a service provider will have to continually work with customer to co-create value. And as the time goes by, as the business requirement may change, as the customer constraints, customer environment may change, the value definitions are going to change. And you have to continually keep working with customer. You have to continually keep working with customer to ensure that the value is being co-created. You have to work with customer to ensure the value is being co-created. Hence that word value co-creation and not value delivery. You don't deliver the value and walk away. You continuously work with customer to deliver the value. Make sense? Hello?
Yes, Vishal.
Yes, Vishal.
Okay. Fine. Moving forward. And in order to deliver service, you will end up buying products. So washing machine is a product. Office 365 license is a product. You will end up buying products.
We are getting a gap, Vishal.
Okay. Okay. Why don't I simply log out and try to log in again? It will take like 5 minutes. Please be around. I will make someone the host so that I can log off and log in. Give me just a sec. Okay, I'll try to log out and log in. We'll need 3-4 minutes to do that. Please bear with me. Hello, I am back. I hope I'm audible and visible now.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yes, Vishal. Yeah.
Yes,
Vishal.
Okay, give me a few seconds to open the slides again. Then we'll start. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Let's continue. So we're discussing about the guys. I'm back. Am I audible?
Yes, Vishal.
Yeah, yeah, audible, Vishal.
Okay. So let's look at the concept of service. We have discussed the concept of service and product. Washing machine is a product. You buy a product to create a service out of it. Many times, because you do not get a service which you want, you will end up buying a product. You will end up buying a product like washing machine, like data center, and so on. So service is a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcome that the customer want to achieve without a customer having to manage specific cost and risk. You have ICICI Bank's credit card and you go to Big Bazaar or Demand and you swipe your card for say 10,000 rupees or say 100 rupees, right? Out of that 100 rupees, 99 rupees are going to Demand. 1 rupee is going to ICICI Bank as a transaction fee for the credit card. Out of that 1 rupee, 40 paisa is coming to ICICI Bank's IT budget. Out of that 40 paisa, around 20 paisa is given to IBM to manage the infrastructure. and IBM manages the application and the data center to get that transaction done on the point of sale system. And out of that 20 paisa, 5 paisa is allotted to the infrastructure budget. Out of that 5 paisa, 1 paisa is for ensuring the data center works. And you are supporting the data center. As an IT professional, you are supporting the data center. So in order to get your full salary, how many transactions has to successfully happen in DMART? Can you calculate that? Millions of transactions, right? Are you getting this point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vishal.
And do you see the link, the value link here, the value chain here? When millions of transactions happens in DMART, the complete amount, the 100% of its share is given to DMART. Out of that, 1% of that 100% is given to ICICI Bank, and so on and so forth. So unless you understand what is the outcome, so what is the outcome here? Ensuring the data center works. Are customer paying you for data centers?
No.
No, customers are paying to get the transaction done.
Yeah.
Right? They buy something worth 100 rupees and pay the 100 rupees. The money only comes when the transaction happens successfully. So there may be multiple services, multiple processes involved, multiple products involved in making that transaction successful. Out of that, one component is data center. So many times we technical people, we technical professionals, IT professionals feel that server or network or application or the software that we work on is the most important thing in the world. It pays our salary. That is not true, because we do not look at the complete picture. We forget to look at the larger picture, the complete picture. We end up thinking technology is more important than service outcome. We end up thinking technology is more important than service outcome. But technology exists to assist the service outcome, is a key part to be considered here, is a key part to be thought about here. Make sense? Are you getting this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you been prone to this kind of thinking? Everyone is. After spending 50 years working on servers, I started thinking that it is servers that pay my salary. Right? Technology focus automatically comes in when we deal with technology, when we work on technology for so many years. And we forget that technology is a tool to assist some outcome. Right? Any comments on this? Any contributions? Anything you want to share?
Completely agree with you, Vishal.
Yeah, end of the day, the service outcome is more important in any business.
Right.
Say, for example, banking services. So unless we use the technology, we'll not be able to provide service to the customers at their doorsteps. So that's how banking also works.
Yeah. And then in the statement, we forget the fact that banks existed before computer was invented.
Yes.
So bank comes from a word called, the word originally meant a bench.
Actually, computerization started in Indian banking around after 2003-4, like that. After that only, computerization
then
started.
Everything started depending on technology so much that we forgot that the core business processes existed much before that.
Existed, yes.
Right. Okay. Good. Moving on. So when we look at value creation, when we look at value creation, we have to understand how or what are the various components of value, how the value is, what is the value made up of, what are the components of value. So in ITIL, this is a basic concept called utility and warranty. Any service that you offer has to be fit for purpose and has to be fit for, let me highlight. Yeah. So has to be fit for purpose and fit for use. Let me explain these two concepts quickly. We are on two different islands. Let's say we are on two different islands, and as of now, we have no means of communication. As of now, we have no means of communication, and someone gives us email service. Someone gives us email service. Will it deliver value?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
The purpose is I should be able to communicate with the person on the other island, and the purpose gets served. I'm able to communicate, right? So the service is fit for use. The performance is supported. The constraint is removed. The constraint of distance was there. The constraint of distance was there. The constraint is removed. But we two are working on two different islands, and we already have fixed line phones, the fixed line landline phones, and someone gives us email service. Someone gives us email service. Will we have better benefits out of it? Now we can send photos. Now we can send videos. Now we can send text, right? So either the constraint of distance have to be removed, and or the performance has to be supported. It should deliver better performance. The purpose of this service is communication. In this example, the purpose of this service is communication. It should enable us to communicate. We are on two different islands. As of now, we don't have any communication mechanism. So an email service should enable us to communicate. Or if we already have some communication mechanism, it should enable us to communicate better. It should enable us to communicate, or it should enable us to communicate better, right? That way we can call this email services fit for purpose. Email services fit for purpose. Okay. If this email service, if you two are on two different islands, and if I give you this email service, you get the email service, but the email service works for 5 minutes, it does not work for 10 minutes. Would you like to use this service?
No.
No, because you want that service to be continuously available, right? The maximum email that you can send, email size that you can send is 1 KB. Would you like to use such a service?
No.
No. There is no way of archiving emails. The email that you sent is lost forever. The email that you read is lost forever. Would you like to use such a service?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not, right? The email that you sent is visible by everybody in this world. It's not secure.
That is
Would you
major
like to use such a service?
Never.
Oh, never.
No, right? So the service should not only be fit for purpose, but it should have enough availability, enough capacity, enough continuity, and enough security. And when a service has enough availability, enough capacity, enough continuity, enough security, then we call the service is truly fit for use. Then we call that service truly fit for use. Getting it?
Can we say this way, Vishal? When utility is just meeting the requirements and warranty is meeting the outcomes?
Both contribute towards the outcome actually, but let me explain it in a different language. Have you worked on software development, application development? So when you get application requirements, there are some functional requirements. Functional requirements means features. What features the application is supposed to have, right? That is that is fit for purpose, that is utility. And the application has non-functional requirements or operational requirements, availability, how many users should be able to use it concurrently, and so
this is warranty.
This is warranty, operational requirements. So utility is what you do, and warranty is how you do it, how well you do it, right?
Yeah. So can we say utility is a functional requirement and warranty is a non-functional requirement?
Non-functional requirement, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
In software development, those are the terms we use. In service management, we simply use different terms called utility and warranty. Meaning is exactly the same. Right. Okay. Utility and warranty both are important, and only when a service has utility, only when a service has warranty, only when a service is fit for purpose and fit for use, the service creates value. So if you wanted to look at the outcome side, if you want to look at the outcome side, this side, you have to look at the input side. What performance customer is looking to be enhanced, what constraints the customer has, what availability the customer is expecting, what capacity requirement the customer has, what continuity the customer is expecting, and what level of security the customer is expecting. If you understand all of these and structure your service accordingly, then the service delivers value. The value is created. Make sense?
Yes, Vishal.
Yes. Yes.
Utility is fit for purpose. Warranty is fit for use. Utility is fit for purpose. Warranty is fit for use. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Moving forward. Value, we have been discussing this word, so let's understand it formally. Value, the purpose of every organization is to create value for its stakeholder. What is value? Remember, value is perceived benefit. Benefit, but perceived benefit. Usefulness, but perceived benefit. Perceived usefulness. What do you mean by perceived? What do you mean by perceived?
Different for
from
different
each
for
customer would
different
be
kind of,
different.
yeah. It varies for everyone.
Correct. It varies for everyone. Perception means in someone's mind, what someone thinks it is. So value of a service is a perceived benefit for someone. So unless you do not know who the customer is, unless you do not know anything and everything about the customer, it is difficult to quantify value. Some customer may say, oh, this service is fantastic. The exact same service the other customer is using, that customer may say, oh, this is a horrible service. That's possible, right? We have seen it multiple times. The exact same service delivered to 10 different guys elicit 10 different responses, elicit 10 different value feedbacks.
That's how we got, we get different reviews from different kind of customer for any kind of service, like food service
For
or
the
whatever.
same service, yeah.
Yes, we get different kind of reviews.
Yeah. That does not mean they are using 10 different services. That means they are using 10 different services from 10 different perspectives.
Yes, yes.
Right? Okay. So there is a soft side of value. There is a soft aspect of value, the perception aspect of value, which service providers now are focusing on. Value is subject to the perception of the stakeholders, whether they be the customers or consumers of a service, parts of service provider organization. Value can be subjective. It's a key point, and we have discussed it already. Any questions, any follow-ups, anything you want to share? Please feel free. Otherwise, we'll move on.
No issue.
All good? Okay.
So Vishal, one question, Vishal, sorry.
Ravi, go ahead.
Yeah. See, the same customer is looking for service or support from multiple vendors or organizations, right? So how is it going to be different from a value perspective?
The one vendor which understands the constraints and priorities and perceptions of the service provider, of the customer better, will be able to deliver better value. It is not about ability to deliver always. It is about understanding of the delivery constraints most of the times.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Kirti, you were saying something.
I just wanted to say one thing. Or IT organization can be of two types. Either it can be a service based or a product based. So far now I can view that we are more focusing on service. So is it ITIL is more specific to service, or are we capturing somewhere related to the product based?
Very good question.
Well.
Very good question. I got your question, and let us spend 5 minutes on this one because this is very important. Okay. Over a period of last 20, 30 years, let's say 30 years, over a period of last 30 years, product companies have spent a lifetime in becoming services companies. Over a period of last 30, I'll give you enough examples. Over a period of last 30 years, product companies have spent enough time and efforts to become a service company. Not because products are not important, but because services occupy 90% of the mind share. Services occupy 95% of the mind share in the entire game. Let me give you one example. I am sure you all will be able to guess the name of the company. There was a company 25 years back in India who used to proudly claim that we are a product company, we are a development company, we are a product company. They developed one of the most popular product for banks, core banking product. And then they realized, oh, we sell this product for $100. And then someone else comes in and signs the maintenance contract for 7 years for the same product for 10,000 rupees, $10,000. We sell a license for $100 and someone else comes in and offers the support contract for $10,000 for the same product that we have developed. And we are losing that. So why don't we offer license and support of the product that we have developed? Can anyone guess who was that? The most popular product for core banking?
Infosys?
iFlex, right?
Pinnacle. Yeah.
Infosys?
Yeah. So then they actively spend time and efforts in becoming the end-to-end service provider. We'll give you license, we'll give you support, we'll give you people to work on that also, right? So is ITIL, coming back to Kirti's question, is ITIL purely for service management? I don't think so. But is ITIL more relevant for service management environment? Definitely so. And is there a pure play product company? Again, I don't think so. Google is a product company or services company?
It's both.
It's combination.
Which Google product do you use?
Many. Gmail.
Web browser.
It's a product or service?
Google phones are there, then Google, that speaker one.
Google is a product company or services company. Let's find out the answer for this question. How do Google get their money? How do Google get their profits? How do Google get its profits?
So by providing their services.
Give it for services.
By providing you Chrome, by providing you Gmail, or by showing you advertising.
Showing advertising, yeah.
So Google is a services company and you are not even their customers. You are their products. They sell you to the advertisers. Anyway. Yeah. Facebook, you're not users of Facebook, you're products of Facebook. They sell you to the advertising.
Yeah, they sell the information also.
I'm not talking from the moral point of view, no.
They share our information or
that's the business model.
searching patterns and all they share with the advertisement company, and based on the
so I'm not talking from the moral high ground. I'm not talking about right or wrong about it. I'm just saying that this is a business model that is being invented. It's a pure services business model.
Okay, so is Google Chrome not a product being provided by Google for the users? We are paying for it, right?
No, I don't pay for Chrome. Does anyone here pays for Chrome?
No, it comes
It's a free browser, no?
But Chrome services can use our information, our personal information.
Yeah.
So that is how Google.
The point is, back to Kirti's question, to sum it up, even before we know about it, the service aspect of any damn organization, the service aspect of any damn industry is overwhelming and will eat into the product mind share soon. Hence, service management is a game is the prime game in the town, so to speak. I'm not saying products are not required. You remember our discussion about washing machines. Does that mean they will stop making washing machines? No, they will still make washing machines, but the laundry service provider will now buy washing machines and manage washing machines. The products are aimed at different target audience now. Make sense, Kirti?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Guys, any follow-ups on this one? Good discussion. Okay. Moving forward.
Not related to this particular concept, but do we get any questions on this particular thing? Value or
yes.
services? Please
normally you will
highlight
get the questions on the
Can you
definition.
please highlight once a concept is done, if you can highlight it, like how many
Okay.
questions we get that?
All of these slides are important from the examination perspective. There is nothing optional.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm that way a very horrible teacher, no? Who refuses to highlight star marked points. No, all of these slides, all of the concepts.
Usually when I was done with the ITIL V3, right, the trainer used to show us from this particular concept, we used to get two questions, 3 questions like that.
All of the slides, all of the definitions I teach you are important from the examination perspective.
Great.
By the way, okay, for people who are focusing on the certifications at the back of their mind, there are more than 300 questions on the LMS, and if you study all those 300 questions multiple times, you solve the question bank, you should be good for the exam. And all those questions are directly referred to in one of these slides. Okay, moving on. So there are no definite boundaries as service provider and service consumer. Any organization existing, any organization that exists today, any organization that you deal with, any organization that you work for or work with is simultaneously playing a role of service provider and service consumer at different points. Right? An organization is making some services, an organization is consuming some services at any given point in time. Citibank is offering some services to IBM, savings account, e-banking. IBM is offering some services to Citibank, technical support, server support, network support, and so on. So point is, organization is organization, a group of person or group of people that has its own functions with its own responsibilities, authorities, relationships. And this organization can take up a role of service provider while providing services, and will take up a role of service consumer while receiving services. Simple. Organization takes on the role of service provider. The provider can be external to the customer's organization, or they can be both part of same organization, internal service provider or external service provider. Or organization can take up a role of service consumer. When receiving services, organization takes up the role of service consumer. Service consumer is a common entity, is a common name. There are some differentiated roles. There are some roles inside service consumer. So when I say service consumer, it has different roles. In service consumer, a role can be a customer, the person who defines the requirement, and takes the responsibility for the outcome of consumption. You can be a user, a person who uses the service, or sponsor, the person who authorizes the budget for service consumption, the one who pays for it, the one who authorizes the budget. When I say a generic term service consumer, it includes customer, user, and sponsor. Customer is the one who defines the requirement, user is the one who uses the service, and sponsor is the one who authorizes the budget for service consumption. And then service provider and service consumer together will do service relationship management. That's on the next slide. And we are learning service management. Every service provider will build its own capabilities to deliver better services every day. Every service provider will build its capabilities to deliver better services every day. So a set of specialized organizational capabilities for enabling value to customer in form of service. So whatever capabilities we build as a service provider to deliver better services every day are called service management. Whatever we do to deliver better services is service management. Service management is a set of specialized organizational capabilities for enabling value to customer in form of services. Okay. Service offering. So when service providers offer service, they offer it in form of service offering. A description of one or more services, designed to address the needs of a target consumer group. A service offering may include goods, access to resources, and service actions. Let me explain this point using an example. You want to go from Pune to Dubai. You want to go from Mumbai to Dubai. There are 10 airlines who offer that flight, right? Can you buy different type of tickets for the same flight?
No.
I can buy 3 types of tickets. I can buy economy class ticket.
Yes.
I can buy business class ticket, and I can buy first class ticket. Depending on what my constraints are, depending on what my priorities are, depending on what the outcomes that I'm looking at. So my need, I am a very wealthy individual. My need is I am continuously on the hop. I want to sleep during the flight, and that's it. I want ultimate comfort, and I want to go to Dubai. I'll buy a first class ticket. So there is a target group who want ultimate luxury, sleep, complete comfort during the flight. Okay. Then there is another set of individuals who want to get the maximum work done, because I spend most of the times and my time is very valuable. I want to get the work done. I want to check emails. I want to use my laptop. So for this target group, a business class service is designed. And I'm an individual who want to simply reach Dubai because that's what I want. I mean, I don't want any other stuff. I want to reach Dubai safely and on time. So I can buy an economy ticket. A description of one or more services designed to address needs of a target consumer group. A service offering may include goods, food that is delivered to me. If I am business class, I also get the headphone. If I'm in first class, I also get the headphone and the sleeping kit, good night kit. Access to resources, I get, if I buy economy class ticket, I get access to different type of resources. If I different seats, different washrooms. If I buy business class ticket, I get access to business class seats and washrooms in the middle of the plane. If I buy first class tickets, I get access to first class seats and whatever other facilities. And service actions. How will I be served in economy will be different. How will I be served in business class will be different. How will I be served in first class will be different. Will the plane be different?
No.
Same aeroplane. We are flying on the same plane, right? So the inherent products can be same, but using same inherent products, the service provider creates 3 different service offerings, right?
So it's like using the same washing machine as a product to give, for faster delivery,
Yes.
Something like that.
You buy your telecom plans, 1,000 rupees, you get unlimited calling and 20 GB data and so on and so forth.
Yes.
In 500 rupees, you get something else. In 200 rupees, you get something else. But you all are using the same infrastructure.
The same OFC cable.
Right. Okay. So these are service offerings. A service provider will create different service offerings. Amazon Prime and normal Amazon. Two different service offerings. Okay. A service provider presents their services to consumers in the form of service offerings, which describe one or more services based on one or more products. Is this concept clear? Service offering?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's proceed then. So components of a service offering: goods, a mobile phone or a SIM card, access to resources, access to the mobile network, access to seats, access to aeroplane, and service actions. How will I be served? So a flight attendant serves me coffee, or a service desk agent picks up my call, or a telecom company sends me the bill at the end of every month. All of these are service actions, right? performed by the service provider to address consumers' need. Okay. Service relationship. When service provider and service consumer come together, they form a service relationship. There is no rocket science here. A cooperation between service provider and service consumer. Service relationship includes service provision, giving service, service consumption, taking service, and service relationship management, making or trying to make the service better, working together to make the service better. Service relationship includes service provisioning, service consumption, and service relationship management. Service relationship management is joint activities performed by service provider and service consumer to ensure continual value co-creation based on agreed and available service offerings. Agreed and available service offerings. So different organizations have service relationships. Please note that this is not a two-dimensional picture. So there is a layer on the top of this, and there is a layer on the top of this, because there are multiple organizations dealing with multiple other organizations at the same time. Are you getting it? And hence multiple thousands of millions of service relationships exist in the environment. This is not a two-dimensional picture. There is a layer below, there is a layer above, there is a layer behind this, there is a layer in front of this. Are you getting this concept? Multiple organizations dealing with other organizations for service.
Yes.
It's not one-to-one relationship. It's many relationships.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Service provision. The meaning of the words we just discussed. Service provision. Activities performed by an organization to provide service. Service provision includes management of providers' resources. Providers' resources is aeroplane, pilot. Management of providers' resources configured to deliver the service. Access to these resources for users. Providing access to these resources to users. Fulfillment of agreed service action. Flying the plane on time. And service level management and continuous improvement. But then there is service consumption. Service consumption is activities performed by an organization to consumer service. Service consumption includes management of consumers' resources, management of your passport. Will the airline take care of your passport? You are responsible for it. You have to produce the passport when they ask for it. You will get a SIM card. But is the telecom company responsible to ensure that you have a mobile phone and have it charged?
No.
It's your job, right? If you have to consume a telecom service, you have to do some actions. You have to buy a mobile phone, keep it charged, insert the SIM card in the proper way, and so on. So service actions performed by users, including utilizing providers' resources and requesting service actions to be fulfilled. So unless you dial the correct number, telecom will not work for you. So it is telecom company's job to provide you the network, provide you the SIM card, provide you the connectivity, but it is your job to use all of that in the prescribed format. Okay. Are you now getting the exact meaning of value co-creation? Both have to do something. Both parties have to do some activities to get value out of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Some of the other common terms: output, a tangible or intangible deliverable of an activity. What is important? Dal is important or rice is important?
Okay, can you please come again?
Dal is important or rice is important?
Both are important.
Both.
Satisfaction of hunger is important. Outcome is important. Dal and rice are output. Right? I can eat pani puri instead of dal and rice, and still the outcome can be fulfilled. Okay, we are already on the weekend. I'll stop giving these examples. Output is tangible or intangible deliverable of an activity which contributes to outcome. Dal, rice, pani puri contributes to the satisfaction of hunger. Outcome, ultimate result that a stakeholder expects. A result for a stakeholder enabled by one or more outputs. Sorry. Cost, amount of money spent on a specific activity. Risk, a possible event that may negatively affect the outcome. It makes achievement of objective more difficult. So how do we connect all of this in one picture, in one scenario? So if value has to be achieved, the laundry service that you go for, it should support your outcome. What is the outcome you are looking at? Look neat, clean, and presentable. Okay. The cost should be removed. The cost of buying a washing machine is 15,000 rupees and maintaining it in a month is 5,000 rupees every month. That cost should be removed. I'm okay to pay per piece, right? Only when I need it. And the risk should be removed. Oh, what if I run out of power? What if there is a power failure? What if there is no water at my home? What is there is too much water at my home? People from Bangalore, what if there is too much water at my home? Surprisingly, Pune was in the same state as Bangalore was a couple of weeks back, but I did not see much photos of Pune's waterlogged roads. Did anyone see those? Okay. Just a sec, guys. Okay, so the risk should be removed. If the net result of what outcomes I get, what costs are removed, and what risks are removed is positive of using the service, then the value is delivered. But any service does not come cost-free. Any service does not come risk-free, right? There is a possibility that the outcomes may affected. You have silk shirt, which you give to laundry service provider, and laundry service provider may be careless and spoils it. Will that affect the outcome?
Yes.
Yes.
The cost per piece is 500 rupees. You will not like that, right? There is a risk that the laundry service provider may take all your clothes and vanish.
Yeah.
So there is always pros and cons. If the sum total of it is better, you say, okay, laundry service provider will vanish with all my clothes once in 20 years. That risk is affordable because for the remaining time of 20 years, I am okay with this service. I don't have to worry about power failure and water shortage and so on. So for every person, for every customer, for every individual, the sum total of this value is going to be different. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Right. So when a service provider proposes value, when a service provider tries to sell you a service, the service provider will focus on what outcomes that service provider is supporting, what cost that service provider is taking off from you, what risks that service provider is managing for you. But service provider will normally not show what outcomes can be affected, what costs can be introduced, and what risks can be introduced. So you will have to do your own study and find out the sum total to take a decision whether to go for a service or not. Make sense?
Yes.
Any follow-ups on this? Any views on this?
Vishal.
Yes.
Just to ask one thing, how the risk assessment will be done for a vendor for a particular service? How will assess the parameters? Different aspects of the vendor service. How will assess it?
Good. Actually, this deserves a separate session. The question is a vast one. But let me briefly give some points and then point you towards the right place. So how should you do the risk assessment for services from the service provider's perspective? Normally, the activity is known as BIA, Business Impact Analysis. If this service is down for 1 minute, what is the business impact? Quantify the business impact. So you are offering all 100 services. You are offering 100 services. You do business impact analysis for all 100 services. And then the outcome, the output of that report, the output of that activity will give you which services are critical and which services are not critical. So there is a established methodology of doing business impact analysis, number one. There are other quantification and qualification risk assessment methods. There is probability impact matrix. There is CRAM technique, CCTA risk analysis and management methods. All of these risk assessment methods are there and are popularly used. More information about the detailed risk assessment methods for services can be found in ISACA's book called C-Risk, Certified in Risk and Information Security Controls. So there is a risk assessment method, multiple risk assessment methods given there. Plus, they have a framework for this specific purpose called Risk IT. It is available on the ISACA portal, I think for free. You just have to register. So you should look at Risk IT framework for the detailed risk assessment of any service that is being used by the business. This was a short answer.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks. Got some insights.
Right. Please ping me after the course if you want more information about Risk IT framework. I can share the document with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.